RV camp in Ontario, Campfire Cookin. We're at Arrowhead Provincial Park. We're going to make some campfire cast iron meatloaf, something a little different. We're going to make some tinfoil baked onions, and we're going to make some twice baked potatoes. Check it out. Baked onion with butter, baked potatoes, stuffed potato skin, and cast iron pan meatloaf. Okay, so we'll go over everything we're going to need here in a second. But the first thing is you're going to need a campfire, and you're going to need some hot coals. So it's going to have to get started a couple hours at least before you start cooking. If you're using Ontario Parks wood, like we are, it's some pretty wet, pretty bad stuff. And so you have to slice it up into some pretty small kindling size pieces. But the idea is you don't really want a big honking fire flame. You just want a nice coal bed for some good heat. So I do have some good wood over here as well, but this stuff here is Ontario Parks wood, $7 a bag. It's horrible. So I've got it sliced up into about this size, and that'll keep us going. We're going to be cooking it for probably, an hour or so. The potatoes, 45 minutes, an hour, same with the onions. So okay, everything's kind of all jumbled up here, so I'll just go through the meatloaf first. Gonna need a cup of milk, cup of breadcrumbs, I got some frozen spinach here. I'll show you what I'm gonna do with that. That's kind of optional. Got a brick of marble cheese, some ketchup, mustard, and barbecue sauce. Carol's gonna mix into a bowl for a topping. You'll see that. You're gonna need a pound of ground beef, some garlic. You're going to need a large egg. You're going to need 1 onion. You're going to need a cast iron pan that's seasoned. And if it's shiny like that, you know it's seasoned good. Basically, you bake it in the oven for a couple hours and put oil on it. Works really good. There's some YouTube videos on that. You're going to need a way of handling this cast iron pan when it's hot on the fire. So what I use is a welding glove, but whatever you use. And you're also going to need some craft beer. Not necessarily to go in the food, but you can't go camping and cook on a campfire with craft beer. This one happens to be an Old Flame Red out of Port Perry. Awesome stuff. Some paper towels, a mixing bowl is how we're going to mix it all together. Now for the potatoes, and tinfoil. For the potatoes, we just bought pre-baking potatoes pre-wrapped in tinfoil. For the twice baked, we're going to throw them on the coals for 45 minutes or an hour or so, and then we're going to pull them back off, take the middle out of them, and then mix some stuff with it. So basically it's going to have some green onions, some chives, we got some bacon bits here, and we got some sour cream inside, I guess, for that. We're also going to make some baked tinfoil baked onions. So we're just going to use 2 cooking onions. We're going to take the skin off them, cut the ends off them, put them in some tinfoil with some butter, and away we go. Okay, the meatloaf. I'm going to chop up an onion. I'm just going to chop it into small little pieces. Okay. Throw your ground beef in the mixing pot. Throw your onions in there. Something like that. Take your egg. Throw that thing in there. I need some garlic. I got this giant garlic. So garlic in your pot, that's what we got going right now. I'm going to take this brick of cheese. Well, first, here, this is what we got going on in here. First, pour your cup of milk in there. Got a cup of breadcrumbs. You can always put some other spicing and stuff in there as well. And get in there, wash your hands first. Mix this thing all together. Okay, take your brick of cheese. I'm going to chop this up into cubes. You could always use shredded cheese as well, but I like the chunks in there. Okay, so salt and pepper to taste. I like a lot of pepper. So that's what we got for cheese, salt and pepper. So again, just mix that all up. Get all those cheese chunks all distributed in there really good. So grab your cast iron pan. Put all your meat with the cheese in there. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the spinach. Now, spinach, this is optional. I get in there. I get these frozen chopped spinach, and they're in like cylinder shapes like this. Just poke them in there like that. Maybe one in the middle. And now Carol is going to make the sauce that's going to go on the top. Okay, baby, so how are you going to make the sauce for this?
Equal parts ketchup, chipotle barbecue, and then mustard to taste. We like it mustardy, so
perfect.
Make sure you taste it.
And then that's just going to go right on top of that thing?
In theory, yes, that's true.
All right, let's see what we can do. Not much space, but you know how I overdo it. Some barbecue sauce in there, you got some ketchup in there, and then we love mustard, right?
Yeah, so we put a lot of mustard in. You don't have to if you don't like mustard.
Mix her up. Okay, so she's just going to pour the sauce on the top. You use whatever you want, really. Barbecue sauce, just ketchup. Doesn't really matter, whatever you like. Alright, so basically we're going to take our dollar store aluminum foil. Close this thing up. Okay, so for the potatoes, we got pre-wrapped potatoes. I'm just going to take these over to the fire. As you see, we're kind of keeping a small fire here. And we're just going to throw them right in there. Whoops. Something like that. So it's about 4 o'clock. So we're going to let those potatoes sit in there for 45 minutes or an hour or so. I'm going to throw on the cast iron pan probably in about a half an hour. And so right now we're going to make the stuff up for the twice baked potatoes, and we're going to wrap these onions up. Okay, got a couple of cooking onions here. Just going to cut the ends off. This knife sucks, but take the wrapper off, something like that. What we're going to do is double wrap them because we're putting butter in with them. Okay, so I got some butter. Put some butter like that. Stick your onion in the butter. More butter on the top. Something like that. Wrap that one up. Wrap that one up. And put them opposite sides down. There you go. Butter and onions. So we'll throw these onions we have here, we'll throw these on the fire when we, I'm just going to put them on the top grill, and we'll put those on when we put the cast iron pan on. Okay, just broke our wide angle lens. So, anyways, potatoes are just sitting down in here like this. All good. Let's throw some more wood on. I'm going to keep it over on this side and just keep the potatoes on the coals like that. Something like that. Alright, so all we have left to do here really for prep is just cut up these green onions and these chives. The bacon bits, you're going to throw them in a bowl, and that's just basically the topping for the potatoes. And we got some sour cream inside. We're not going to bring that out yet, and that's just going to go on top of it. So stand by and check this thing out. So as this gets ready to go, it's time for a beer. Time for a beer. What do we have in here? Look at that. Barking squirrel. Hop City, baby. Love it. Barking squirrel. Alright, so it's like 20 after 4 now, so it's about time. We've got our potatoes, been sitting there 20-25 minutes. Got a little more of a fire going on the other side. We've got our pan ready to go on. We've got our onions ready to go on. They're going to go on top. Stick our onions. I don't know. They might have to go down in. Not sure yet. But it was 20 after 4. So we're going to go till 5 o'clock with the meatloaf on the top like that. I'm going to flip those potatoes down there a couple of times. Those potatoes are going to come off at about 20 to 5. And Carol's going to take the middles out of them, mix them up with some stuff, and put them back together, put them back on the fire. Alright, so we got these guys on the fire. They're feeling pretty good. One guy died here. Probably still use them anyways. So, for reference, if you're doing this, wrap them in your own good tin foil before you use the Bobo grocery store stuff. So, let's see what we got here. Actually, I'll go from this side on this one. So, scoop it out, throw her in the pot here. So there's only two of us, so we're just going to choose the best canoes that we have out of the bunch here, which is probably these three. So this is what we got here. I'm gonna mash that up. I'm gonna put a little bit of salt. And put a little bit of pepper. Whoa, or a lot of pepper. I'm gonna take some butter. Mix and mash this up. I'm going to take some of the chives and onions, and I'm going to mix it in with it. I'm going to take some Tex-Mex, shredded cheese. Can't have too much cheese. Mix that all in there like that. Then we're going to take our potato skins that we got, fill them up. There's one. Two. Alright, so something like that. Sprinkle some bacon bits all over this. Something like that. Green onions and chives. And there you go. I was going to wrap them up and put them back on the fire, but not going to happen on this one. So, okay, so it's 10 after 5. I'm assuming our stuff is done here. We've got our onions and our meatloaf. We'll take it off the fire. First we'll do these two guys.
On the bench.
Take this bad boy off of here.
The dog is invisible that's lurking under the picnic table.
I can hear it sizzling. See what's
Whoa.
got. Okay, so we got the meatloaf hanging in there. Let's open up these onions. See what we got. They're double wrapped. Okay, wow, look at those onions. Look at those potatoes. Look at that meatloaf. So there we have it. Campfire cooking, baby. Baked onion with butter. Baked potatoes, stuffed potato skin, and cast iron pan meatloaf. Gotta love it. Thanks for watching. We have some other cooking videos. We have all kinds of hiking, camping, RV camp in Ontario. Like our page, subscribe and share. We have a Instagram is at Rockstar791. We have Facebook is at RV Camping Ontario, and Twitter, which we don't really use, but is at Rockstar791 as well. So anyways, thanks for watching. Check out our other videos here at Arrowhead Provincial Park, as well as some of our other cooking videos that we've done over the past year or so. Thanks for watching.